facets of management. The introductory part of management, we have seen human resource management, we have seen organizational development. I mean, we have seen regarding organizational behavioral aspects as well. We have seen group dynamics, we have seen leadership, we have seen communication aspects. Now, let us concentrate on information, I mean, enterprise information system, which we popularly call it as EIS, or we say it as enterprise information system. The enterprise information system will be dealing with three units. One is introduction to the enterprise information system, external and internal interfaces, and e-commerce and m-commerce. I'll be focusing much on the e-commerce and m-commerce, as well as we'll concentrate on what exactly do you mean by external and internal interface, and what exactly is enterprise information system. It has been always been an interesting part to study regarding enterprise information system, because it is completely unique in nature, because apart from what we have studied since morning, we had a bit of time to discuss regarding information system. Information system is where, as I told in the morning, it is like system. When you say system, something we recognize in two facets. One is it is in an organized way, and the other one we see it is in a computerized system. Computerized system where everything is, the data has been stored, the data has been retrieved, the data is collected, so is analyzed, so many things is associated with the word called system. So, what is this enterprise information system then? You have many things in detail. You have got in your concept to discuss about enterprise information system. However, I'll be concentrating on the facets of enterprise information system. You have so much and so forth to discuss about enterprise information system. However, I'll be only concentrating on the concepts, some of the important concepts of important concepts of information system, because I'll be concentrating much on the m-commerce and e-commerce, as well as the interfaces. Now let us start with the information system or enterprise information system. So enterprise information system, if you could um, bifurcate, or if you could just divide the entire word into three concept, I mean the enterprise, the information, and the system. It is something which is telling an in common language, common main language, that it is the information which is provided through a system. It is an information which is helpful, and it is being provided through a system. An enterprise information system is type of information system that by integration it improves the functions of an enterprise's business processes. So it is one of the type of information system. So it is an information, it comprises of information, and it has been put in a processed form, that is a system, that when you are integrating the information, it improves the functions of an enterprise business process. So whichever the business concept that you are dealing with, the processes of business that you are dealing with, it helps to have an improvised version of the business process, and it improves the functions of it. So that is where you find the information system all about, or EIS all about. So what is that it typically offers? It typically offers higher service quality. It deals with very exhaustive data, voluminous data, and is capable of supporting some large and complex organizations or enterprises. So this is what is the greatest advantage of enterprise information system, you see. Now, dealing with data is not a ordinary task. Dealing with voluminous task, data, or dealing with quantitative data, that too in a larger set of data, is somewhat you have to be concerned with, and it is offering higher service quality. So the quality that is coming through a systematized format, you can definitely expect in a very efficient way. And it is also capable of supporting some large and complex organizations or enterprises. That means there are various or several tasks that the organization will carry, or will always the organization will have. The large and complex organization, in the sense what, say it is offering some of the tasks that has to be improved. Uh, Hello. So there is some disturbance. Hello. Sir, there is some disturbance.
Okay, madam, I am in the way
Oh, okay,
connecting
okay.
through the mobile, maybe due
Oh,
to that.
okay.
Uh,
Okay, okay. Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Yeah, that is all about the EIS. And now let us concentrate on characteristics of enterprise information system. Now, what are the characteristics of enterprise information system? It is an integrated system. It enables the maintenance of common database, and EIS has the following significant characteristics. So, what are the characteristics? It is an integrated one. As it is also already being specified, it is an integrated one. Integrated in the sense what? It combines. That is called as integrated. So EIS combines vital elements of the enterprise and information. So information is one set of data, and enterprise data is on another set. So EIS makes the combination or integration of these two things. So it is the combining factor, or which is acting as a platform in order to combine the enterprise as well as the information. The second characteristic of EIS is that it is flexible in nature. So EIS can provide results according to the user queries. So that is the specific quality. See, that is a natural aspect that you can expect from any of the system, from any of the computer or a system in particular. EIS can provide results according to the user query. Say I want to generate some data of an employee, it helps me to retrieve those data. So according to the user queries, it is very flexible enough in order to provide the data. So EIS enables an organization to make effective assessments also, effective decisions also, to fulfill the short term and long term goals of an organization. I need to make a trend analysis. I need to make some important critical decisions of an employee. So all these I can make by using its flexibility that the EIS is offering. So it is flexible enough, it is accurate enough. So EIS provides the latest and most accurate information based on truthful data. So when we are saying that it is regarding truthful data, that data, that mean to say that we are giving the data based on the facts. So based on the facts or the truthful data, EIS will be providing the accurate information, because system, we usually have that saying na, that system never fails. When we provide the data, when we key in the data, probably we fail to key in the data, but the system never fails. So so we can give a compliment word to that, that it is more accurate in nature and it is latest in nature. Complete information it is going to give, absolute data it is going to provide, relevant information is going to provide in a summarized form. So a summarized form, that means a complete analysis is really possible through the EIS. Predictor, EIS will help us not only to summarize the data, but it helps us to predict it. Decision makers use these reports to observe and direct the business actors and predict future performance and opportunities. So based on the analysis of the data being given by the EIS, we are also able to predict the data, make futuristic decisions that can be made. So this is all about the EIS. So EIS is an integrated system. EIS enabled to maintain the common database. EIS is where you find that it is integrated one. It is combining factor of enterprise and information. It is flexible in nature. It is accurate in nature. It is complete in nature. It is predictable in nature. I mean, it is acting as a platform to predict. Let us now analyze what exactly is information system, then we will go on to other aspects. Information system is a well structured grouping of people, hardware, software, communication network, data resources. See, all this put together, you call it as information system. So, well structured grouping of people in the sense people come there, manpower come there, hardware come there, the component hardware come there, the component of software come there, communication network comes there, the hardware peripherals, and the data resources also comes there. So these resources are being responsible for, see how many aspects are we seeing now. These resources are responsible for gathering the information, converting the information, distributing the information in an organization. So basically information system is all about to gather the data, that is collecting the data, converting the data according to the user requirements, and distributing the information, that is disseminating the information in an organization. So this is all about information system. Then how many kinds of information system are there? Information system is classified accordingly like office automation system, transaction processing system, decision support system, executive information system, and business expert system. So let us see one by one what does that mean. Office automation system is just one part. Office automation system assists in automating general official works such as managing and organizing documents in different forms like text, image, PowerPoint, PPT presentation, Word file, and so on. So, office automation system is basically concerned with official works, official automating the official works, that means getting automatized for the official works, such as how do you manage the documents, how do you organize the documents, how do you organize the documents, is it through, see when you're talking about system, it is purely about system language only we are talking about. It is all about text, it is all about image, are you presenting PPT or you are having Word file and so on. So it does not play an important role in the decision making process, but generally the clerical level people use automation system. So it is only to generate some documents, it is generating some of the text, it is generating some of the image, official works is being done, it is not like concerned with decision making process. So that kind of system work is called integrate information system is called what? Office automation system. The second one is transaction processing system. So when you say transaction, now generally when do we give the word called transaction? Transaction is where some transaction happens, right? So transaction is where recording the transaction that are performed daily. Transaction processing system is where you are recording the transactions that is being done on a routine basis. Example, bank's transaction processing system contains deposits as well as withdrawal transaction. So transaction processing system here plays an important role. Why? Because they provide the input data required for various system. Example, it helps in generating monthly sales report, providing critical marketing information to management people, etc. That means sales reports are being generated. So what are the transaction that has really taken place in the organization, what is the marketing information that is having an ongoing issue, all this is being provided. So that comes as transaction processing system. If this transaction processing system is not there, then the organization will have a severe failure over there. So that is the main disadvantage, that in the absence of transaction processing. See, day to day we have some transactions being done, right? So the transaction is being automated, it is being recorded. If that itself is lost, then how come you will be able to forecast your business or run the day to day activities of the business? So that becomes very difficult if the transaction processing system itself is being lost. The third one is decision support system. Now, as you see here in the office automation system, we have said that it does not help in the, does not play an important, it helps of course, it does not play a very vital role in decision making process. Contrast to that, you see the decision support system assists the management level people. So it is the difference between office automation and decision support system. That office automation helps the clerical people, and decision support system helps in the analysis of the data. So whom does it help? It helps the management level people. Decision support system helps the management level people of the organization in the analysis of the data and making the very critical decisions over there. Critical decision in the sense the crucial decision. They use what? They use the information where? From internal sources. Where does the internal sources information come from? Such as transaction processing system. Just now, as we have studied, all the transaction processing system, like for example, how much sales has been generated in the previous month. So I want to procure that data, and I have some management information system also, and external sources are like what is the current prices of the products of the competitors. If the competitors are having certain prices, what are the products, what are the prices, I am having some external sources information also, I'm having some internal sources information system also. Together I will be able to make some decision which is really very critical in nature, and I am going to make the important decision. So this is where decision support system, which is helpful for the management level people, come into picture. Next one is executive information system. Executive information system provides support to top level management. Again, the decision support system is for management level people. It might be helpful for even the top level management and mid level. However, executive information system is supportive to the top level management to make the decision. So what does an executive information system does? It makes the judgments and evaluation for non routine decision. So because there is no predefined procedure to make a non-routine decision, is in the sense what? It is not done daily, it is not done on a routine basis, it is not done on a daily basis. So for those kind of decision, if you are going to execute that, then it is executive information system. Executive information system reduces the time, reduces the effort that is necessary to gain the information valuable to executives by filtering, compressing, efficiently tracking critical data. Where you are providing each and every information to the system, it is very easy to retrieve the data. Or otherwise you have to depend on the executives who are having some critical information. Sometimes they might not be able to give you, but this system is very helpful to retrieve the data. The executive information system is less analytical than the decision support system. However, it provides generalized computing environment rather than application specific. So let us move on to business expert system. It is based on knowledge based system. Business expert system is based on knowledge based system. It works as an expert consultant. That is always, as an expert, what you do, you give advice to others. So that is what this business expert system does. So examples are processing monitor control system, diagnostic maintenance system. All these are examples for that. Now that we have understood how many types of information system are there, now let us analyze elements of information system. Just a minute. Yes, elements of information system comprises of these increments. One is hardware, software, data, human, network. Hardware is where you find that every information system requires some resources. If you say information, we have seen a system, we have seen that it is integrated in nature, and all those elements we have seen. Now with the elements of information system, in the sense, what are the important components of information system? So in information system, any of the resources that you require, they are required to capture the data, input, store the input data, process it. They have to perform control activities, transfer the data. For all this, don't you think that there is a hardware requirement, there is a software requirement, there is a data requirement, there is a human requirement and network requirement? So this is basically being understood that a hardware is required. That means in order to process an information, a system is required. A system is nothing but hardware. You're talking about hardware. Software is where you're talking about system software, application software, procedure. That means you should have DOS operating system, Windows operating system. You should have some application software also in order to execute. So all these is an important element. So if you say system, remember that you need hardware and software. Okay. However, when you say data is also a beautiful and a very vital requirement, because various technologies such as databases, data warehouses, data mart are used to organize the data. We call that as data mining, data warehouses. That means all that based on data only you are providing the input to the information system and retrieving the data. So data is obviously an important component of the information system. Human human is necessary. Who is going to input the data otherwise? Who is going to key in the data otherwise? So persons are required to handle and supervise the operations of information system. Human resources include end users and specialists. So end users use the information system, example customers, clerks, managers. Specialists develop the information system, system analysts, software developers. See, that is where the human intervention comes into picture. Human is absolutely necessary in order to input the data or key in the data and retrieve the data as well. So human is an important element of the information system. Network is yet another thing. You have hardware, you have software, you have data, you have human. If you don't have network, then how is the communication media being built up? When you say network, we are talking about wire, we are talking about cable, we are talking about fiber, we are talking about wireless media, we are talking about internet, we are talking about intranet, extranet. All these is possible. You have to connect hardware, software, data technologies is only possible through network only, na? So network is obviously a very important element. So all these five elements put together form an information system. So the information system elements are hardware, software, data, human and network. So all these become a part of information system. So how many types of information systems are there? I mean, sorry, information is there. See, there are sometimes we call it as a secret, sometimes we call it as that confidential, internal, public documents. So, how many types of information are there? We'll see one by one. One is secret information. It refers to extremely in house documents and data such as various types of planning, investment, design reports. These are all that can be classified as in-house document. So when you say in-house document, it is where you seek the document which is very much there for the internal aspects in an organization. That is why you call it as in-house documents, which is obviously a very necessary document which is being managed in a in a very secretive manner. Planning, investment, example, designs report, design in the sense how are you planning, etc. So unauthorized access to this data could damage the company. There are various security system that you have to develop to use this data. So that is one kind of information, that is secret information. Confidential information is also secret only. However, it includes financial accounting information, customer information. Again, unauthorized access to this data will make a huge financial loss. So security should be really very high. Sometimes we can see that the confidential and the secret information are almost very similar. But when you're talking specifically regarding secret, you're talking about the investments, you're talking about the design. But when you're talking about the confidential, usually we say regarding customers information. So that kind of confidentiality where you are been abide that your data is being collected, but that will be really confidential in nature. So that is where you are bifurcating that as confidential data. So that is yet another type of information. Proprietary information is one type, where project development plans, designs, operational procedures, and specification information in an organization is generally for proprietary use. Proprietary use in the sense, those who is the proprietor, he will be using that, and that will be for authoritative employees only. So the security scheme should be really very high also here. So this is yet another information which is absolutely necessary from the proprietary point of view. Internal information is access to this type of information outside the organization is prohibited. That's why it has been given name as internal, because it may result any of the internal information which is obviously kept confidential, which is obviously the information where the internal aspects of the organization is concentrated on. You cannot wipe away that internal information. Again, this also needs the security, but a normal level of security is really needed over here. Public documents, you find that these include product brochures, statements, annual reports, and the documents could be made public. Data integrity here is not important because everything is being publicized over here. It is nominal in nature. If you in need of the security, then you can take, or otherwise not. So these are the classification of information. One is secret, confidential, proprietary, internal, where every time you expect the security level, and public documents is the only level that is a classification of information where you don't require any such kind of security. So this is where we find the 10th unit. Yes, now let us speak of the unit 11, which speaks about external and internal interfaces. Okay, external and internal interfaces does cover these aspects in unit 11. We are going to analyze what is interface, what are the channels of interface, what are the criteria for selecting channel, and only some aspects I have chosen here to discuss all along. Now, interface. Many a times in the computer language, we use the term interface. Computer interface, graphic user interface, GUI, so many things we use in a, because we are talking about the system. We are talking about hardware, information system, software. We are talking about human data. We are obviously we need to also speak about interface. Now, what does the interface mean? Interface refers to formal and informal boundaries and relationship among people, departments, organization, or function. Formal and informal boundaries in the sense, where are you restricted to? Where are you supposed to portray yourself? The formal one and the informal boundaries, which is speaking about also the relationship amongst the people, the departments, organization, and functions. So, interface management means the management of communication, management of coordination, and responsibility across a common boundary between two organizations, phases, or physical entities which are interdependent. Okay, that is the meaning of interface here. That means you are managing the communication, you are managing the coordination, you are managing the responsibilities between two organization or the physical entities, but they should be interdependent on each other. Now, interdependent, they are not independent, they are interdependent. Example, project people interfaces are known as interpersonal interfaces. that is amongst team members, that may be with superiors, with a line or staff individuals on the team, with subordinates, with team members, with clients and product users, with contractors, subcontractors. Now all these put together makes uh, have a interpersonal interface. Okay, so that is where you find the interface being across a common boundary between the physical entities, which are really very interdependent. So it might be internal or it might be external. So which are the channels of interface? The channels mean to say which are paving you a path, which are paving you the way of interface. So these are the channels of interface that you can categorize as, especially the internal interface, electronic, print media, face to face, and workspace. If you say electronic, communications that are delivered or assessed electronically, either by computer, telephone, television, or other devices, that is where you can include intranet, video, webcast, DVD, electronic newsletter, voicemail, conference call. All these are a part of electronic aspects. Even you see internal social media, Twitter, all these are a part of electronic media, and that is also the channel of interface. And you talk about print media, it is, as you have you already understand, that it is paper based communication, and it is always through magazine, newsletter, brochures, postcard, etc. When you talk about face to face, it is one to one and one to many forums where people are physically present. You are coming to conferences, you are having site visits, you are back to flow consultation forums. All these round table discussions, all these are based on face to face. When you're talking about workspace, it refers to working environment, like notice board, LED screens especially, and all these accessories, mouse pads, etc. Now these are the channels of interface, which has broadly categorized into four. One is electronic, print, face to face, and workspace. Now, let us speak in particular regarding internal interface, which is responsible for effective communication or trade among participants within an organization. So, it is fundamentally a management discipline, but a discrete discipline from organizational theory. So, internal interfaces with all other business function, for example, operational need funds from finance for investment in a new equipment. So, operational people are who are carrying on day-to-day activities, they need funds from finance department. Why? For investment in the new equipment. So that is the internal interface. Marketing provides direction for product improvement programs, so production department needs to implement it. Now the marketing department is going to provide you the new way for that, new area for that, or the new path for that. Now, IT supports control and information system. Information technology is being taken care by, or it is supporting control and information system. And recruitment and training and staff involve personnel and HRM specialist. Operations draw on R&D expertise for troubleshooting new product development. So all these are the part where you analyze that internal interface is absolutely necessary, and this is how it causes the aspects between the departments. But how come when you are seeing with the external interface, internal interface is being within the department you are talking about, within the organization you are talking about, how come you are talking about external interface then? So the exchange of information and messages between an organization and other organization, or it might be between other groups, it might be between the individuals outside the formal structure, which is actually the aspect of external interface. So interface is coming together, coordinating together, but it is of the in the external purview. What is the main objective here is to facilitate the cooperation with the groups, suppliers, investors, stockholders, all they have to combine, they have to coordinate to execute their potentiality to the society at large. So what are the examples? As we have seen in the internal interface, like operations department is having the dependency on the production, or operational department is giving the ideas to the production department. So what is the example of external interface then? So like operation sources components, material, etc. from suppliers outside. Operations supply direct to the customer, and in case of service probably interact directly with the customer. So customers who are externals and operational aspects are being discussed with them. Or you also say awareness of competitor activities is important. For example, to maintain competitiveness in process cost. So competitor activities is being analyzed here. So all these are coming, the information is being exchanged between an organization or other organization or group, themselves or individuals. So this is where external interface come into picture. So this is all about internal and external phase and the information system, uh, where we have spoke regarding unit 10 and unit 11. Now, before going to unit 12, if you have any thing to contribute, please let me know, or otherwise we'll go on to unit 12, that is electronic commerce. Anything you want to contribute?
Continue, madam.
Okay. Yeah, this is what we'll be concentrating here in electronic commerce. We'll be discussing on various issues which are related to e-commerce, the characteristics, advantages, and limitation, and how many types of e-commerce. Where I'll be only concentrating on two distinction activities, and we'll be also going for m-commerce. Okay, now when we talk about electronic commerce, that is being defined in several ways. We'll see that in four important facets. Electronic commerce means the ability to conduct business electronically or over the internet. So, this is the basic definition of electronic commerce: ability to conduct the business electronically. So, you're conducting the business, you're executing the business, but that is being done through electronically, electronic mode, or even through the internet. That is where you find e commerce is. What is e commerce? So e-commerce means managing business transaction using networking and electronic means. So here we are adding one more component. You are not only having the ability to conduct business, but you are managing the total business transaction also. But how are you doing that? Through networking and electronic means. So networking is also a part of e-commerce. Now, yet another facet tells us that electronic commerce is a platform so for selling products and services via the internet. So it is another ideology. It says it's a platform where you are selling the products and services, and it is again you are involving the word called internet. It is through internet that you are able to perform the activities of the business. So electronic commerce usually involves every type of commercial transaction that involves the organization and the individuals based upon electronic processing and transmission of data. That includes text, sound, visual images. It also refers to the effects that the electronic exchange of commercial information may have in the institution. So that might include commercial negotiation, that might be having frameworks, regulatory frameworks, financial statement agreements, taxation. So all these, what we are trying to say is it is a part of electronic. Commerce. So electronic commerce is basically where you find the transactions of the business transaction, that is product selling, buying, everything is done via the internet or through the internet. It is being done, or through the networking or electronic mode it is being concentrating on. So what are the advantages of e-commerce? So definitely, when everything is being in electronic format, electronic format will definitely help us to reduce the burden in physical format. So when it is reducing the burden, that means it is making the things very faster in nature. It is saving the time. It is personalized store as per consumer preference. Yeah, that is very much the thing that needs to be concentrated on. The personalized store as per consumer preference, in the sense, according to the preference, taste and preference of the consumer, whims and fancies of the consumer, it is acting as a personalized store. Next, it reduces recurring cost while hiding virtual support resources. Recurring cost is also being reduced over there. Again and again, you need not invest over that. And customers retargeting is easier. That means once the customer, you see nowadays, when you go for Google Pay, automatically it tells you, it gives you one of the message. So after 1 day or 2 day, did you enjoy the shopping experience of this particular shop? Then how would you rate this? Or once you shop in a particular app, it will definitely ask you the next time regarding a new item has been arrived in this particular session. Would you like to take? So the targeting of the customer is really very easy through electronic commerce. It is not that while physically you have to wait the customer to come. Yeah, it is not that you have to take the contact of the customer. Now, being artificial intelligence is being a part of the electronic commerce or even the m-commerce, then targeting the customer is has become really very easy. Retargeting, I'm talking about. So it is a good strategy to share a coupon when customers leave the checkout page, or when you're doing e-commerce, you can offer some of the aspects like that. It is easier to encourage an impulse buy. Impulse buy, in the sense, as soon as you enter a website, you see that you can have the impulse buy over there. That means a particular, you'll be having a pop-up message, and you will be seeing that offer lasts for only 2 minutes, or something like, where impulse buying, very motivatingly, enthusiastically, encouragingly, they are going to have that. But it is really, if that would have not been there, internet would have not been there, it would be really very impossible, or it would have been really very complicated or very a cumbersome task, where you have to create an impulse to buy amongst the customers. Through internet media, it is really very easy. Reviews are easily available. As soon as you complete a shopping through the electronic mode, the reviews, you will be getting like 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. What is the review that you are putting into? So reviews are being available. You say, or you can also say you want to shop in a one particular big organization, or big bazaar or somewhere like that. If you just put that on the Google and say what are the reviews, then it will give the reviews automatically. It will post the posted reviews. You can view that posted reviews, and then you can decide. Or you see, many of the times you see a film being reviewed, rated 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5. Similarly, the reviews are available, which are very easily being captured, and you can help to, it will be really very helpful to transact with. So those are the aspects of reviews. Detailed information is available for the consumer. I mean, whatever the data that has been fed in the system, that kind of detailed information, to that extent you can easily get. Or you can have what the query being asked to them, and they are going to help you to redress the information. So detailed information can easily be available, which probably might would have been somewhat difficult to give a complete get the access to complete information in a physical format. Quality service at a reasonable low operation cost, you can definitely expect. However, there are certain limitations, we'll be also seeing that, but you can expect quality service at a reasonably low operation cost. That means you can see various options being available in the internet, and the service being in given a quality rating, and that too at the lower operational cost. Affordable marketing, quick marketing is being done. Quick and affordable marketing in the sense what, say it is really very quick marketing. As I said, the pop-up menu will be there. If it is very catchy in nature, the customer is going to click on that. Soon after that, the advertisement session will be open, and just soon after that, you see the advertisement pop-up is open, and you are going to if you are interested, you can give the access to that. You can allow the information, and you can have a the things to be bought, products can be bought and sold very easily. So affordable marketing and a quick marketing can be done. So these are the advantages you find in e-commerce, and the limitations of e-commerce are as such. That is always very obvious that we find the limitations of e-commerce. Lack of personal touch will always be there, because when you're doing without the intervention of electronic medium, then definitely it is like the physical interaction will be there with the salesperson, and the more the mode and the whole aspects of marketing, where the salesperson will be concentrating on, is completely different, which is completely witnessed that the personal touch is not there in the electronic commerce. Unsure about the quality, yes, this is where I was stressing the point on in the previous slide, that even though the quality issues are there, even though you say that the service quality is good, probably the you are unsure about the quality. You are not sure that the quality that you are seeing in the seeing through the internet, or seeing through the electronic mode, the quality will be the same, or the quality will be as same as it is being witnessed in the screen. So you're unsure about the quality, because many a times probably we have already experienced that whatever is witnessed, that might not be really reaching us. It is far from what we have thought. So the quality is being unsure, and the late delivery, it may also happen. Late delivery, we of course nowadays we have the tracking systems of where the whatever we have ordered, where it is there, it can be easily spotted out. That is always there. Late delivery is also a common issue you find in electronic commerce, but nowadays the transaction process has is also on the scale, but it is also one of the part of the limitations of electronic commerce. Security issues is always on the priority, always on the top of the issue regarding the limitations, because security might be a problem. Everybody will be probably give on cash on delivery instead of saying that giving the sometimes shopping online. So security, that means we are not so much having the reliability or trustability on the electronic commerce still, because you will be giving a password. Nowadays, even though transactions are made though easy, but even the security issues is a matter of concern for most of the because we see in daily newspapers, in dailies, we see that because of this not good security, we have seen much of the rupee, much of the money has been lost. And we see many grahak issues, and we see many of the celebrities coming together regarding upin. They always tell us that your pin is only if you are going to take the money, then only you are going to provide the upin. But it is not that when you are going to receive the money, you are going to provide your pin. So that kind of issues, that kind of consumer awareness is being built up nowadays in the field of security. Such kind of awareness is definitely needed for the e-commerce. So such is the task of e-commerce limitations. And there are many types of e-commerce we find. They are b2b, business to business, we find business to consumer, we find consumer to consumer, and consumer to business, and business to government we see, and peer to peer we see, direct to consumer we see. Many times we see all these types of e-commerce. Popularly nowadays you are seeing consumer to consumer also. And we have in the industrial sector, we have business to business also, and business to consumer is very common type of e-commerce. um, there are certain differential factors that have been given in your material. Every type of e-commerce has been discussed in detail. However, I'll be trying to differentiate between the business to consumer and business to business only in the e-commerce section. The business to consumer, here the type of relationship here is the consumer uses the PC browser or any of the personal computer to order the products via merchant's website. But what happens to business here is the representative of a business uses the company web browser to order the products. So here you find who uses, the type of relationship you find. Business to consumer is the consumer is the ultimate user, and he uses the browser through the merchant website. But here in business to business, you find the representative of a business uses company website browser. So the level of procurement in business to consumer is get the finished product. And here you see business to business get the raw material or unfinished. Most of the times business to business is for procuring the raw material or unfinished product. Or you can say that in another words, that in other words, that the product that is being procured in business to business is put for further further transactions or for further production. So that is where we find business to business. But when you come to the consumer, it is always the end point you're talking about, and that is where you find business to consumer. Level of trust, here business to consumer, as we have already discussed a few point in the previous slide, it might not be trusted because security issues matters a lot here. And when you come to business, they are trusted partners because they are taking the procurement in order to have a progressive transaction, progressive production. So that should be having the trusted partners. We are not talking here 100%, but most of the times it is trusted only. Flow of information, when you're comparing it to business to consumer, to that extent the trust issue encounters between these two parties. Flow of information, if you say, it is like placing the orders, executing the payments, fulfilling the orders, browsing merchants catalog, sending feedback. This is a natural process you find in business to consumers. You see a website, you place the order, you execute the payment, you fulfill the order, you browse the catalog of the merchant whether it is sent, and you are procuring the feedback, sending the feedback. But what happens in business to consumer, business to business, is that you have online procurement, you have order status being tracked particularly, you are executing the payment, you are managing the promotion, return, and fulfilling the orders. So this is where you find the order or flow of information, how does it has a its own priority in business to consumer and business to business. You see the chronological order, it is completely different. And now coming to natural, nature of control, it is where you see business to consumer, it is undirectional relationship defined by the merchant. But here in business to business, it is mutual agreement among the business. So it is acting as mutual agreement, but it is where you find as unidirectional relationship. Unidirectional relationship is where you are finding only one sided one kind of relationship which has been defined by the merchant. But here you find that it is mutual agreement amongst the businesses. Next one is a level of nature. You find the level of nature of need based segmentation. When you talk about business to consumer, it is not like very much focused. B2C website can sell various types of gift items, but when you come to business to business, they are more focused on B2C. Example, an automobile company buys only motor parts, not aircraft parts. So they are having a focused aspect of procurement in business to business. Here in business to consumer, you don't find any kinds of focused aspect. Alternative wide variety of products are being made available here in business to consumer. When you're talking about sales complexity, business to consumer does not have so much of complex here. But in business to business, because every time you need to track the status, and you need to see what is the supply chain, from where you have to track that, so it is somewhat complex, because every end to end it is business only. But here in business to consumer, it is business to consumer, so end user is consumer, so it should not be complex in nature. But when you come to business to business, it is like the supply chain you are tracking about, and it is complex only. And when you talk about business to consumer, the types of network is internet based here. But when you talk about business to business, most of the time it is intranet or extranet. So network is also, however, most of the times it is internet also. But business to consumer, it is always internet, and it is intranet or extranet being focused for business to business. Yes, at last we will be speaking regarding m-commerce or mobile commerce. Mobile commerce nowadays, needless to say that mobile commerce is the talk of the day. It is the order of the day. Every time you may not go to electronic commerce, e-commerce, you may need not sit in front of your PC, you need not sit in front of any of the computer system, and you browse certain things. But nowadays it has the things have made still so much easier that through mobile itself you can conduct the commercial activities of buying and selling certain things. So that is where mobile commerce come into picture. It refers to practice of conducting financial promotional activities with the use of wireless handled device. That is mobile. That is what the literal sense of mobile also tells us. So practice of conducting financial and promotional activities, you do financial activities also, you do promotional activities also. So that is where m-commerce rather than e-commerce have emerged as a very very emerging trend in the commerce electronic, in the commerce way. The term m-commerce is used for short. That is m-commerce, as I've already told, it is mobile commerce that recognizes that the transaction may be conducted using cell phone, or even the smartphone, or any other handheld devices that we operate with internet access. So mobile commerce site is a version of company's web page that is designed to fit within the constraints of a cell phone. So your cell phone has certain constraints, and mobile commerce site is being done only from, particularly from a mobile point of view, or cell phone point of view, or through personal digital assistance point of view. So it is an e-commerce with mobile devices. So it is also an electronic commerce, to be very broadly speaking about, but it is where you find the mobiles are operating this commercial activities. So that is where you find m-commerce. So mobile commerce is basically the electronic commerce in broader sense, and mobile in particular. So mobile commerce is based on two important technologies. One, you speak about mobile sites which appear inside the browser or any internet enabled mobile device. So any of the website which you can see in the mobile, which is inside the browser, that you can see, and you can have the electronic transactions being done. And some of the mobile applications which are there, which require a device specific download from a marketplace, like you have Android market, and in Android you go for Play Store, and you're going to download some of the apps, and you're going to do the electronic commerce, I mean electronic transaction. So that is where you are seeing that it is based on two important technologies, where it is through the mobile sites that is being internally being there in the browser, or it is through the applications which requires the specific download. Some of the mobile applications, you see that now only in certain mobiles that these applications are being downloaded, and in certain mobile it is not. Sometimes an Android version will help us to download some of the application, or some of the Apple tabs is going helping to download the applications, which is not possible in any of the other simple type of mobile. So this is where how the mobile concept is there, mobile commerce concept is there. And we have certain advantages and disadvantages to speak about it, the last of the mobile commerce. We will discuss this, and I will as being said earlier, I'll be telling what are the important concepts to concentrate from the examination point of view in the whole of the particular subject. So let us complete this by discussing on advantages and disadvantages of m-commerce. So as we know that every particular application is having its own advantages and disadvantages, these are the advantages that you can find in m-commerce. You start with ubiquity. So what does that mean? The use of advanced wireless handled accessories become available. More applications are released to enable the users to receive the information, conduct transaction anywhere, anytime, anywhere shopping. So this is that kind of uniqueness you find in this mobile commerce. So it is not restricted to a particular place. Same point we'll be discussing with various other facets. The second one is regarding accessibility. So when you're talking about mobile device enables the users to be contacted virtually anytime, any place. Again, virtually you can go on with the WhatsApp, you can go out with the WhatsApp call, all that image call you can do virtually. You can do at any time, any place. So user has also has the choice to limit their accessibility to particular person or time. So that is also being made possible through mobile commerce. Convenience is there because this is a portable of the wireless device, and its functions from storing data to access information or persons. The convenience is also playing its vitality, it's playing its major role over there. And localization, you're talking about the emergence of local location specific based applications enables the user to receive the relevant information on which to act, how to act. All these are being made possible. Location specific based applications are there. And you're talking about instant connectivity, 4G 5G networks, GPRS. All this is being made possible through mobile commerce. personalization is being made to reach and attract the customers. It takes the forms of customized information whichever the user prefers, so that is being enhanced and being taken into consideration. Time sensitivity is there. Real time information such as stock code that can be acted upon immediately, or a sale at a local boutique. So that kind of time concept is also being built up with. So that sensitivity of the time, the personalization, the instant aspects that you can focus on, the localization, all these are the advantages of mobile commerce. So these are the advantages. However, as we have seen the disadvantages of electronic commerce, the same thing we have with the mobile commerce as well. So the main basically the main disadvantages of m-commerce is that the absence of service in rural areas. We have this certain specifications regarding services in rural areas, but I will definitely say that though it has been improvised, still more improvement is needed, because you're talking about the internet connection. Much more focus has been given by the government, that the rural areas, rural connectivity, and so much improvisation has been done. However, still, when you're talking about the internet connection, again, that is still is another mile to go. So absence of service in rural areas is definitely a critical factor to be considered as a disadvantage of m-commerce. If that would have been a certain aspect, a critical aspect, then definitely m-commerce will have its own its own fabrications to look upon. Fraud risk and security concern. Yeah, as we have seen in the electronic commerce, m-commerce is no exception to them. M-commerce will always have this. See, basically, you are having the mobile sets itself sometimes being at a risk, at a riskier concern. Many a times, I have also faced the just. Yeah, as we were discussing, the fraud risk and security concern, as I was telling that the mobile itself, sometimes the device itself is having no security as such. That means the mobile sets itself, like you have many of the mobile organization or mobile sets themselves are having problem. And how can you not say that there are some risk and security concern as is being concerned with electronic commerce? Similar, as we are facing the concerns for electronic commerce, similarly we find the risk being associated for the security concern for mobile commerce. So proper grievance redressal is not there, very sure about it. No proper grievance redressal is being put forth. Proper awareness, regulatory framework, robust regulatory framework, so completely it is it is not up to the mark. So people usually fear losing their money while using m-commerce. So that is also one of the way or the concerned issue. So connectivity issue. So based on the internet issue, if the net connection is poor than the transaction, then that cannot be executed. It always happens that You are scanning something, you're doing through GPay, phone pay, and the connectivity goes and you're out of money. So the connectivity issue is always there for m-commerce. You are having one internet connection, that internet connection is not there in the place that you are providing with the GPay or phone pay. Then that connectivity issue is also a matter of fact for mobile commerce, which is acting in a disadvantageous way. And resistance to change is where you see people usually don't like to come out of their comfort zone, which leads to their lack of adaptability, of trying out and accepting new things and technologies. Thus they resist the change. Some people deny getting into modern technology, and some take too much of time in adopting new technologies. So that is there for resistance to change. So these are the disadvantages of m-commerce. Yeah. So these are the aspects that we have discussed in the block for today. Uh, One by one, as Sir asked in the session, let us discuss on the important aspects from the examination point of view, starting from block one. The presentation being done today, block 1, 2, 3, and 4. Shall we do that, sir?
Madam, I want to know the exam pattern.
Sir, exam pattern is it? Sir,
Exam pattern.
can I mail you in this regard, sir? Can I
Yes,
put a
madam.
mail? Yeah,
Madam, can you share the mail?
yeah, fine, fine. I'll also share the mail. I'll ask the persons concerned to know regarding the exam
Uh,
pattern. Yeah,
yeah,
and I will.
madam, I am connected by mobile, so
Uh,
kindly जो है
uh,
tell your email ID.
okay, it is SUHASINI Suhasini dot ASH
Dot
Madam,
yeah,
ASH
at gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
repeat करिएगा मैडम.
Yeah, it is SUHASINI Suhasini.
सुहासिनी.
Yeah,
Dot
dot ASH
h at the rate of
ASH.
gmail.com.
at gmail dot ASH at gmail.com.
Madam, you are
सुहासिनी.
requested.
Yeah.
Kindly share the PPT on the mail. PPT
Uh,
PDF, whichever available
मैडम,
with you.
मैडम, you
okay.
can you share in message box
Yeah,
of
I
your
will.
email ID.
Shall I share that or okay, fine. I'll be doing that. I'll be sharing that in the message box itself then, or I'll ask Shanmugam
Yeah,
sir.
message box is comfort for our.
Okay, fine, fine. We can do that. No problem. Sir, you have asked regarding which are the important points in chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. Shall I tell that now?
Yeah, if you are having time, may please.
No, I am having no problem, but
Uh,
no problem for you.
since
Yeah,
morning you are dictating continuously,
yeah,
we understand you have described so very good manner. We learn within one time.
yeah, yeah. I understand,
Uh,
sir.
uh, uh.
At the outset, I really thank IGNO and Shanmugam sir and also the concerned administrative
Madam,
authority.
please
Yes,
share
sir.
the
Yeah.
email ID in message box.
Message box right now. Right now, I'm doing that. Just a minute.
जी जी जी.
Sir, are you able to see that? Suhasini.ash@gmail.com.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You have
Okay,
seen.
okay, okay. Uh, if you could just, I'll ask Shanmugan sir regarding how to go ahead with the sharing of PPTs. If he says that in the inbox only you can do it, then I will do that. Or otherwise, if you could just provide your email ID and send that to
Yes,
me,
yes.
then I will
I
try.
will request for the mail, personal mail.
Okay,
Uh,
okay. I'll do that. I'll do that.
and also I will share in the group of student learner.
Okay, okay. That
Uh,
would be
uh,
really better,
yeah,
sir. That would be really better.
we are
Madam,
already.
Yeah,
one question, another.
yeah.
So,
Yes,
all
sir.
in exam, all question are long type or small type?
Sir, that I really am confused regarding that. I'll get
चलिए
back to
चलिए
you, sir. I'll get back to you.
जी जी चलिए चलिए ओके
I'll
मैडम
get
ओके
back to
मैडम
you.
ओके
So
Yeah.
many thanks, ma'am. So many thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
थैंक्स
Uh,
थैंक्स
th-
Yeah.
थैंक्स मैम
Thank you.
a
Thanks for
lot of
your
thanks
patience listening
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
you were there
थैंक
since
We
यू मैडम
morning.
we are so thankful.
Yes, sir.
You have elaborated in a very excellent manner.
Thank you, sir.
So many thanks.
थैंक
Thank
यू
you.
मैडम
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
ओके
Welcome.